we going? Are we ready? Are we rocking and rolling? Can you believe that music this morning? I tell you, 𝘞𝘲 picked great. 𝘞𝘲, that was great music. I thought I was in the middle of some big Jesus house, right? And it was ready for worship, and we're going, "Hey, you're welcoming Jesus into the house, ladies and gentlemen." That was rocking. Welcome. What can I say? Thank you, Jesus, for being here this morning with us. I'd like to welcome some special guests. We've got a koala, right? We're getting props. We're getting all fair income about this live stream now. We've got things in the background. Couple of shout outs from the Camel live stream. First of all, Paul and Siri out there. Love you, brother. I don't know if it's public. Had a little bit of an accident, and you're okay. We love you, brother. We got your back. Next, I want to say hello to my beautiful wife, 𝘞𝘲𝘤𝘚 girl, and Annie baby are in the house. Let's see if we can rock and roll and make Annie smile this morning, Mrs. Hodge. So what else am I going to say? We are here. We've got probably 30, 40 minutes, whatever it's going to be this morning. And we've got some great topics. We're going to ruffle some feathers this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your hats. I could be lynched by designers. I could walk outside and people are going to throw rocks at me with the ruffling of feathers subject today. And then we've got a quick do-to app chat, and have we got an app for you this morning? So without further ado, let's get going. Let's stop the waffle, 𝘞𝘲𝘤. But I also want to give a shout out to Clarissa, because I requested something last week, and now, folks, I have it on my little console. Drum roll, please. Clap your hands. And my favorite, cheering. Now I've got stickers on the button, so I know what I'm doing, right? So here we go. First of all, we're going to do our normal update, because it's still the hottest topic out there, apart from pronouns and political correctness, right? And what's the other one? No, we won't talk about that. I'll get in trouble if I talk about that one. I don't care. But anyway, what we're going to talk about is AI. And this week, it was another one of the Richard Famous opening his mouth, and that was Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak. And he's not scared of AI, but what he believes, ladies and gentlemen, is it will be used by horrible people to do evil things. Wow. The trouble is, he said, it does good things for us, but it can make horrible mistakes by not knowing what humanness is. And that's been my complaint about the thing from the start. And one of the things I've noticed, again, I support it. I'm saying use it in your business for advantages, but you've got to be careful, and there's some things coming up. But we'll get back to what Steve Wozniak said about this humanness. That's something I'm noticing already is a big problem, okay? Now, at TheCamel.co, we get everyone to use ChatGPT, because we want it to start a conversation so you can start thinking about some ideas. It can help you with social media chats. It can help you with email replies. It can help you with lots of other things. We're not using it for coding or anything like that, and we don't use it to build websites. You know, yes, 𝑑uda have got the DIY, and that's AI, isn't it? AI, right? And people will do that. But if you want to get into the humanness, if you want to get into the creativity, you just got to use it as a baseline thing. It's a tool. What am I noticing? What I'm noticing is that it's now easy to distinguish a ChatGPT response, post, email thingy over a normal human thing. Why? Because AI's got no heart, folks. It's got no emotion. It's not passionate. It doesn't have desire at the center of everything it replies. And you can see it. And I know even my own kids at TheCamel, I can tell instantly when they've used AI, and all they've done, big danger, cut and paste. All right? So people are going out there and they're building all these responses with no humanness. And instead of using it as a guide, they're using it as, that is the gospel truth. That's what we're going to post. And they cut and they paste it and they put it up there on Facebook and in emails and all that sort of stuff. And what happens? There's no emotion. There's no mistakes, right? It's not human. There's no spelling errors, right? You would know, 𝘠𝘰𝘲, if I didn't write it, because there'd be no spelling errors, right? You know, like my favourite one, instead of typing use, I type sue. Yeah. I will sue you. And, you know, people don't check it. I've got people getting upset with me. But that's the thing, folks. It's like drag and drop websites. Yeah, they're beautiful, fantastic. You make them quick, make lots of money. But in the end, they all look the same, right? And, you know, you've got 10 people with 10 websites and they look the same because you've used AI sort of stuff to create it. Well, if you use an AI to do a chat or make content, sooner or later you'll look at 10 websites and they'll all be the same. So, Mr. Wozniak is right, is 1,000% correct. And now you've got to put it in the fact of he's joining so many other big guys when it comes to AI. They're saying, again, but if you look about it, right? Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, all of those things are absolutely bloody marvellous to the masses. And in most cases, all of us are well behaved like good little school children and we do the right thing. However, there is some of those terrible people. It's like the YouTube people that decide they're going to sit in the car and not give the policeman, you know, their license and registration number. They just want to cause trouble. So they put down their window a little bit and they harass the poor little policeman. Right? Now, yes, there is some police out there that are troublemakers and deserve a little bit of flack, right? But not if you're just going to use it for likes. And then you've got all these other stupid people that go to government departments and they decide that it's their First Amendment right to sit there and film a thing, drive people insane. Well, those sort of people do evil for the world, folks. They're not the gazillions of normal people. They're just the insane few. And I think that's what everyone's worried about with AI. Yesterday I was watching a video of a webinar and there was a lady and her whole topic was the dangers of AI. And the guy that was interviewing her, halfway through the interview, she took his voice and she used his voice out of her mouth. And the guy freaked out. And she said, that's the danger of AI. You don't know. If some naughty, evil people decide that they want to put up a video of you saying something, it's going to look like you've done it. And then you've got to go out of your way to prove that it wasn't you. So, Steve Wozniak, let's give him a clap because he was right. Right? And just last but not least, what worries me, you know, drag and drop, you know, websites, yes, okay, all right, it's all good. Don't throw rocks at me about that. But, you know, it makes it to the point where if you think, oh, how easy is this, and you're going to make money, sooner or later you're not going to make money, right? Because your portfolio of websites, people will go, all look the same, right? That's why you still can't beat humans for creativity. You still can't beat humans. No one's going to write a blog like 𝘠𝘰𝘲 does. Nobody, right? If we're busy, we can use it, but you can tell it's not me. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends, Roman countrymen, bring back the humanness into your business. Don't rely on AI to be the cut and paste of your life, folks, right? Get some humanness in it. Make some mistakes. Crack a few jokes, all that sort of stuff. Make it live, well, and different. Use the good old AI as a base model thing, right? It's a tool. Had a great chat yesterday with Bill Scholler. Beautiful man. And 73 years old, so he's a little bit older than me. And he's like me, he's seen it all. But when I asked him that big question, what do you think about AI? His immediate response, it's a tool. That's all it is. It's not going to rule your life. It's not going to rule your business, right? It's a tool. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Cup of coffee, pure joy. Right. Now, let's get into... Now we're going to ruffle some feathers, Clarissa. It has to be done. All right, so drum roll. Let's have a drum roll. Are you ready for ruffling some feathers?
Right, yeah.
Now, the reason I'm going to ruffle these feathers this morning, this is an old thing of mine, right, that I've been raving on about for years. And I actually did a video of it about 3 years ago when I said, your website is not an art gallery, right? Now, where does it start? Every single week on the Duda Facebook page and the Duda support community page, there is always this person, people that will start a conversation. How do I make my website more attractive? Or they'll say, how do you get this graphic to go this and do this and do that and do that? And how do you do this and how do you do that? And I can imagine them that they're sitting in front of the television screen, you know, the Apple screens, which are huge, and it always makes me laugh because they've got like this 498 football size field monitor, and they're designing a mobile website view. I always laugh at that, right? Because, hello, it speaks for it. Why would you, you know, it's just crazy. Anyway, they're asking all these questions about this. And what got me thinking, I think sometimes, folks, what we tend to do is we worry far too much about the wrapping rather than the gift that's inside. Let me give you an example on that. My beautiful sister, now before you criticise it, let me share her name. Her name is Karen, right? But she's not your typical Karen, right? You know, that Karen who just whinges and moans. My sister is a beautiful, wonderful, simple human being. But one thing about her, she's a bit of a perfectionist, and she loves to give great gifts. And the other thing, she was actually sponsored by Hallmark, I tell you. Now, do you know, for those that don't remember who Hallmark is, they are the world leaders when it comes to wrapping paper and ribbons. And back in the day, when we used to give each other cards, do you remember those? Did you ever get a card? Yeah. You did. We used to give cards for anything. You know, there was cards that have, you know, love and friendship and thank you. And you'd go to the what do they call it? The stationery store, and you'd buy a card, and you'd actually, wait for this, you'd write in it. You'd use a ballpoint pen. Yeah. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. People actually used to write things. And you'd write something without AI to be from your heart, right? And actually say something. Anyway, back to the thing. My sister, when she gave a gift, I'm telling you, she would spend all day picking the wrapping paper, picking the ribbon, and then she'd spend all day picking the card, and then slowly but surely she would wrap this beautiful present up, and she'd line up the thing, and she'd put the wrapping paper would have this line down there, and the ribbon, you know, she'd do the thing with the scissors where she went, and the ribbon would curl, and it'd all be beautiful. And then she'd place the card strategically on the box. And then she'd give that gift to myself or my brother. And what would we do? Bugger it. We'd rip open the box as fast as we can because we wanted to get to what was inside, which was the present. We didn't care about the wrapping. Now, my sister got all hissy-fitty about that. Why didn't you look at what I did? Why weren't you excited about the ribbon and the wrapping and the emotional thing and the love and the caring and the blessing? And I just look at her and I go, because I don't care about that. I just want the present, right? Well, what has happened in this world, for some reason, when it comes to being an agency building websites, it's not everyone, but it's a lot of people are getting too wrapped up, pardon the pun, in the actual gift wrapping and not getting excited about what's inside the box, which is get to the point, kids. And they will go on and on and on. And the other thing is they won't tell their customer, Mr. Customer, do you know that your customer doesn't care about the wrapping, okay? They care about what's inside the box. So I know you want pink and purple spots with stripes that go right out to the edge of the page, and you want this and you want that and you want this and you want that, but it doesn't matter. Because in the end, what do you want them to do? Book and buy. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit deep. So, what did it remind me of? It's like, you know, the Mona Lisa. Oh my God, we've got lots and lots of questions. Good morning from Wimbledon, London. Derek, mate. Wow, Wimbledon. I wonder if you go to the tennis. Do you go to the tennis? I wonder if he goes to the tennis, because it's in Wimbledon. Wimbledon's actually a beautiful place. Very green, very old, looks beautiful, right? Greatest tennis tournament in the world. They still wear white, which is good. Anyway, let me shut up and get back to where I was. Mona Lisa, right? You know the Mona Lisa. It's on everyone's bucket list when they go overseas. They want to go to the Louvre, and they want to see the Mona Lisa. Well, the problem is a lot of people treat their websites like the Mona Lisa. And that is, they think in their heads that people out in the world are going to flock to that website and sit there and watch it and go, oh, wow, amazing. It's on their bucket list to see harryclagg.com.au. Well, it's not the truth, right? People want to go and see the Mona Lisa because it's an absolute work of art, right? But even then, really, the only reason they're going there is because I've seen the Mona Lisa. I've been to the Louvre. Now, with your website, on average, people stay 15 seconds. It's longer than some people's sex lives, I'll tell you. 15 seconds on a website. But here's the real interesting thing. They actually make up their mind within 0.5 of a second, half a second for those technical people out there, whether they're going to stay on that website or they're going to go. How can it be an art gallery? How can you sit back there and think, oh, we'll put up all these pretty pictures that mean nothing. We'll put up all this content with waffle that means nothing. And people are going to sit there like really good Mona Lisa watchers and read it and look at it before they get to the point. Well, folks, here's the bad news. This is what's going to give you nightmares at night. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, right? And you're going to have to start telling your customers that, because what really matters is they want to get to the important part of the website. Yes, it has to be attractive, and I'll get to that in a minute, right? But you don't have to go overboard. Focus on, yes, make it an attractive looking thing, but it's not the wrapping, folks. It's what's inside the box, the present, the gift. That's what is really, really important to them. Now, another strange fact. Did you know how long people actually look at the Mona Lisa? How? 15 seconds. Really? Yeah, but guess what? They wait 2 hours to get to that 15 seconds. It's like going to Disneyland. You'll queue up for 5 hours to get on a ride that lasts 45 seconds. Where's the sense in that? Insane. It's crazy, right? So why are people there at your website? This is what you've got to get through to the client. Okay, so you've had this battle. Like, I know you want pink and purple spots, and I know you want flashy things, and I know you want to waffle on about what a wonderful, tremendous people you are and what you can do with their product or services. But guess what? Everybody's going to say the same thing. The way you've got to start to treat it is that first part of the website that they hit in that 15 seconds, and they're going to make up their mind in 0.5 of a second. That first part of that website has got to answer some pretty serious questions straight away. What doesn't it have to do? It doesn't have to let you wander around aimlessly thinking where I am. It's like when you go to a hardware store and you know, they've got hammers up everywhere and drills and screwdrivers and nuts and bolts and all this sort of thing. And you walk in and you go, oh my God, where do I go? But if you walk in a Home Depot or in here, which is a handyman, and you walk in and all of a sudden you get attacked by 1,500 people saying, can I help you? And they guide you very quickly to where you need to be, what you want to do and what you want to look at. That's what your website has to be like. The moment you hit it, folks, forget about what the gift wrapping is, the present. They're looking for the present. So what do you got to do? You've got to have an impactful statement from the get-go. And you've got to have an image that is a full description of exactly what their problem, their requirement, their needs are. But here's another problem that I've read about and I study, because I study all this stuff, right? A lot of people use all these stock images, which is a good thing because you're getting a nice looking image on there. But what the problem is, like drag and drop websites, where they all start to look the same, it's the same with the images that people use on websites. This is why we tell everyone, you know why you pay for a custom website? So you can look different than everyone else. Oh, but I can't afford it. Not if you come to TheCamel, you can afford it, I tell you, right? But people use the same stock images over and over again. Like, you'll see a website for a dentist, and there'll be some incredibly good-looking blonde-headed person with blue eyes, smiling with those white teeth and holding a toothbrush just outside the teeth. Is that reality? When you really want to go to the dentist, what they should have up there, all right, is a person holding onto their mouth, screaming in pain, right, with maybe a bit of a cavity or something in there. Some kid that's just gone and played football and is missing 3 teeth and bleeding. That's the fact. That's why you're going to a dentist. Unless you've got a tab that says cosmetic dentistry. And then what's the most important image for cosmetic dentistry? Before and after. You get someone up there that's had teeth that are growing sideways, upwards, backwards, they've lost some in a fight, whatever. That's the before. And then after, the same human being going, because that's what they want to know. Hey, I've got a really messed up mouth. How good you going to make me look? Right? So when you look at the point here, what are the 3 things? There's 3 things. First of all, there is no money in people going, when they get on your website. There's no money in that, right? Where the money is when they book and buy. So everything you do on the design of that website, and this good little people, when you're out there talking to your clients, this is how you got to talk to them. You've got to tell them the truth. But you can't handle the truth. That is the truth. They can't handle it. But they are desperate to know the truth. And the truth is, this is not an art gallery, folks. People are not paying money to queue up for 2 hours to look at your website. They're getting there because they've got a problem of which they are praying after their Google search that you're the solution. So that's exactly what you've got to demonstrate when you get there. Don't get tied up in the, it's got to look magnificent. Oh, look at those pretty pictures. Oh, you know the only people that get excited about those pretty pictures? The website owner. That's it. You see it. You know, they sit back and go, I want everyone to look how fantastic that last photograph I took was. Well, no one cares about it. Only you care about it, right? Oh, they want to have a look at the pictures of the absolutely magnificent food I just created last Friday afternoon with 1 prawn sitting on a plate. They don't want to look at that, right? What they want to know is, why should they come there and book and buy? And let's get into it, right? Because I'm waffling on too much. There's 3 things you've got to do, because these are the 3 problems when it comes to your website. The first problem is your site doesn't grab the user's attention. Why? Because you put far too much gift wrapping and not enough about the present. What does that mean? If somebody is coming to your website, they're coming for the reason that they've got a problem, that they need it solved, right? Or they want to book or buy. So the moment they arrive on your website, you've got to answer those questions. Get away from the Wikipedia waffle. Get away from the standard, oh my God, she looks beautiful, even though they're holding a piece of chicken and not even eating it picture that you see so much in the Philippines. I don't know why they do that. In the Philippines, they use all these famous people and they think that's going to make you buy the product. Influencers. Right? And it's so fake. They're holding the 𝘠𝘰𝘰 hamburger out here. Right? One, the 𝘠𝘰𝘰 hamburger looks perfect, which is waffle, because every time you open up a 𝘠𝘰𝘰 hamburger, the lettuce is hanging off the side, the tomatoes out here, and you've got ketchup running out of your hands. But you get that person, they don't want to ruin it. Put reality, folks. Reality of photographs. Like if you've got a restaurant, show a restaurant full of happy people. And guess what? Use your own pictures. That would be different. So if you've got a restaurant, take pictures. Use this thing called the iPhone, which takes better pictures than a Nikon SLR, right? Take real pictures. If you've got a business and you've got people in there, whether they're fat, thin, skinny, ugly, good looking, take pictures because they're the reality. Stop using all these stock pictures all the time, right? Get good looking, even if you've got to pay someone. Get good looking, real pictures in there. The next thing is whatever you write, get to the point and make it absolutely realistic. Oh, thank you, Derek, mate, my Wimbledon brother. Got to agree with you. More human touch, less hero. Oh, God, I've got another question. Let me get to this bit, and then we'll get to the questions. All right, next thing. So make it real, right? Get to the present. Don't worry so much about the wrapping and make it real. Take real pictures. Even if it costs you a couple $100, take real pictures. Text, get to the point. Why should they come, book, buy, get their problem solved from you? Not that waffle that you're the greatest people in this particular industry in the world and you've been given this diploma and that diploma and you use this product. Get rid of all that. Turn around and tell them exactly why you are the best. What is it about you? You know, are you the best in Lower Uzbekistan, 𝘞𝘰𝘔𝘤𝘪? Right? Well, tell them, in 𝘞𝘰𝘔𝘤𝘪, we are absolutely caring and sharing about you. I saw one last week, great statement, where the guy said, when it comes to how I'll do it, I am absolutely anal about this. I will just love you to death, care about you. I'll drive you insane with how much I care about your business. That was honest. That's what people want to hear. So that's what you should start writing. So grab the user's attention. Be real. Use real photographs, real content. Next one. You're not telling visitors who you are. You know, you get people, and I put a logo up there, and they expect you to understand. You're not world famous, folks. You haven't got 800 million people following you on Twitter, right? What you've got to sit back and remember is they're there to book and buy. They don't give a rat's backside about your logo. They don't care, right? Tell them what you do. Show them what you do. And then explain to them how they can get it, right? Tell them about you. That's what's important to them. Why are you the one? What are you so passionate and excited about? That's what you've got to do. Tell the visitors who you are, why you're there, and how you can help them with their problems. Last one, and this is one that gets me. These are the 3 reasons why people don't stay longer than 15 seconds on a website. This is a very important one. Your site's too slow. Now, everyone will whinge about Duda, they'll whinge about Wix and Weebly and say, oh, it's all the CMS's fault. No, it's not. It's your fault. Why? Because you put far too much wrapping paper on stuff. So by the time they rip it all off, you ever seen those GIFs where they wrap it in like 150 pieces of paper and it starts off this big and by the time you get to it, it's that big. How many stupid websites are like that? 𝘠𝘰𝘠, you're a designer back in the day. You remember those days? Yeah. How many people put so much useless weight onto a website because it's got wrapping paper upon wrapping paper upon wrapping paper before you get to the point? A lot. There you go. 𝘠𝘰𝘠 said it. He's an expert, world-renowned, very famous, was an Olympic gold medalist in website design. I just told a very big lie. So you get what I'm saying, folks? 3 things. Stop the wrapping paper. Get stuck into it. Your site doesn't grab people's attention or it grabs the wrong attention. Start to get real. Show people what it's all about. You know, it's like when you wake up in the morning after the night before and you've met someone and they had makeup and all that sort of stuff. That's not the real them. The real them is in the morning when all that makeup is gone and the bloke's got a full facial thing of overgrowth and all that. That's real because that's what you're going to be stuck with for the rest of your life, folks. Get real. You like that, 𝘠𝘰𝘠? Yes. Get real. Do you reckon I've ruffled some feathers? Let's take some questions.
It's not a question, but it's here.
Okay, but you brought up good points. Focus on website. This is Hero.
Yeah.
See, he agrees. He's a designer at heart, this boy, and he agrees with me. Stock images, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Get real. Show them it. Because what's going to happen? They're going to turn up to your business and you're going to be embarrassed that there's dust on the floor because the perfect image didn't show anything. Everyone's hair was in place and it was all wonderful. Right? Stop that one.
No question yet. They like listening to you.
Okay. Where was... Oh, you do live it. Derek Anthony Shecker lives near it. And Australia in the Ashes, mate, I tell you, it's about time Australia played good. All right, now, my business model is we build functional websites that last. Totally true, Derek. So many people like, you know, we were talking about Toyota yesterday. It's all about the human touch. Did you know that Toyota, in their total production and their total marketing, only 8% is automated. 8% is AI. The rest of it is human touch, right? a website, I get so excited if I see a reality. Right? I would like to see Jollibee with the ketchup running down because I like licking it off. Right? You know why KFC called it finger licking good chicken? Because when you eat it and your hands are so greasy, but that's the fun of it. Right? But what do they show? They show some model holding the chicken out like that that's all dry and yuck. Right? When the fact is they're not enjoying it. Get real. Get rid of these influencers. That's what I'm saying. Take photographs of real people eating, enjoying, having fun. Because guess what? That's your customer. So, any more questions? None. Yeah, pack of losers not asking me questions this morning. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we better get cracking on. Drum roll. Where's the drum roll? I hope you all enjoyed that. I know I ruffled some feathers, but I don't care because it's reality. And remember, people wait 2 hours to see the Mona Lisa because it's on their bucket list and it's been famous throughout the world. They're not going to wait 2 hours to spend 15 seconds with you. So make it good from the get-go. No second chance on a first impression, folks. Now, do the app chat. Oh, Clarissa has killed him this week. She has found an absolutely mind-blowing widget. It's the Google Reviews widget. Now, why do you need Google Reviews? Because seriously, folks, if you haven't got a couple of 5-star things there, you're finished, you're over, because people do pay attention to it, right? So you need something that is going to put those reviews on your website. And in the Duda App Store, they just happen to have a widget. Do you realise that? A widget that you don't have to do any work. You can just drag and drop it out of your the App Store, put it in your dashboard and start to use it. Now, this particular Google Reviews widget, easy to set up. All you need to do is sign in with your Google account, choose your My Business thingy, and what do we like about it? Clarissa said it's got awesome layouts, as you can see. It's super user-friendly. You can easily change the widget's look to suit whatever layout you want. It's device responsive, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me show you my technical skill here. What does that mean? Ask me what that means, Clarissa.
What's the meaning of that?
I'm glad you asked me, Clarissa. What that means is if you're looking on a mobile site, the view will be for a mobile phone. If you're looking on a tablet, the view will be for a tablet. If you're on a desktop or one of those ridiculously huge Apple screens, it will change the view. So it's device responsiveness. Now, this is what Clarissa reckons is the best thing about this. Drum roll. It's free. Now, I don't want to brag though, J-Ma. Guess who made it? Who? TheCamel did.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Deserve baklava.
Oh, deserve another clap. Yes, folks, thank you very much. Talk about the Salvation Army. We give so much away for free. You know, there's actually, in the Duda App Store, there's the Google Review widget is free. The Mega Menu widget is free. And all you got to do, go to your dashboard, see it, drag and drop it in there, and go out there and make wonderful mega dollars. And we gave it to you free. Why? We support you, we look after you, and we take care of you. All right? Because we love our Duda community. That's it. So, J-Ma, did you have fun? Yeah. Clarissa, did you have fun? Ladies and gentlemen, did you have fun? Because I had fun. And I want to tell you I love you all. And until next week, this is all from the Camel Chat. Got to thank my sponsors today. One of them was Pure Joy Coffee. It was a pure joy to drink this coffee, I tell you. Wow. Second one I want to thank is the traffic in Lipa City. I want to thank that. That was a really another good sponsor. Again, KTM, ready to race, always gets me here safe. And that's about it. Didn't cut myself saving, so I also thank Gillette G2. So I love you all. Have a great day. Talk to you next week at 8:30 on the Camel Livestream. See ya. Did you wave? Did you wave? Bye.
Next week.
Mwah, 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 mwah.